Hey guys, it's Jason over at Kaiser Willys, and today we're going to be doing a compression test on the old CJ-2A. So we've got a compression gauge. So we're going to be testing each one of these cylinders. What you have here is you're going to take out, in this particular instance, we've taken out number 1, spark plug, and then we put this hose in line. This hose is then going to connect to this gauge. Now I want to also talk about this. We've got power, so the battery's hooked up. We have disconnected the coil wire. So all we're going to be doing is checking compression here. So you'll end up putting this into a spark plug port, and then it's going to go up to this gauge, and then we're going to read this compression once I turn the engine over. So I'm going to get over there and we're going to turn it and see what we've got. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bump this over and we're going to check our compression. So the book states that we're going to be wanting around 90 to 110 PSI on the compression. So let's see what we have. We had it about 110. It's bleeding down, so it's going to happen that way. So on the compression check on piston number 1, we're right there with what we should do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do this for each of the other 3 pistons, and we're going to see what we come up with. Okay, so we've now got number 1 reinstalled. Number 2, we're going to check that one. Again, I want to mention you're doing this one at a time. So we're going one by one. And again, it's going to bleed down a little bit. This is an older piece of equipment. So let's bump this one, see what we've got for compression on number 2. Right there at 110 on number 2. All right, here we go. We're doing number 3. Right there at 110. All right, so one more thing I want to talk about before we do number 4. So the spark plug gap on this is going to be 30 thousandths. So you can either check this. They have, different types of gauges and stuff. They've got some that are circular and it's kind of tapered, so you can kind of rotate it in and it lifts the gap up to 30. We've been using this one right here. It's an old school one. 30. Just put that wire in there on the basically checking the gap. This is that circular one I was talking about. So it's just got a taper to it. You put it in there and rotate it until it gets to 30. So that's one thing we have been doing each time we've pulled these, just to make sure we do have gap on the 30 thousandths on each one of these spark plugs, and then we're also checking the compression. So let's go check number 4. So here we go with number 4. Again, it's plugged in on number 4. So we've got good compression on each one of these cylinders. So everything seems to be up in compression. So we know that our valves are opening and closing and seating the way that they're supposed to. So again, I hope this helps determine some things with your engine. If you don't have a consistent reading across the board, then that could be a couple things that you need to check. But that is determining the compression on your 4-cylinder CJ-2A. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.